mountains in California instead of here. By all means, pretend away. Special Forces life wasn't easy. Now that he only had a few more months left in his contract, Beckett was seriously considering getting out this time when his time was up. The Army had given him a lot, but his service had already cost him several nagging injuries, more dead friends than any man should ever lose, and his marriage. It was time to do something different, and he wanted the chance to enjoy what was left of his life. Or at least try to. He shifted to reach into his front pocket for the last of his MRE, now a frozen lump in its package. Tasted bland as hell, but it was protein and calories that would keep his core temps steady and his belly full, so he couldn't complain. And as soon as they completed this mission, there was a hot shower and a pot of coffee waiting for him back at base. He didn't even care if it was stale, as long as it was hot and black. "I'm guessing you don't feel like sharing that." Beckett glanced at Weaver. "Not really. Jerkface. That's Captain Jerkface to you." He made a low grumbling sound of appreciation as he chewed the next bite, earning a grudging chuckle from his teammate that cut off sharply a split second later, his face growing serious as he watched through the rangefinder. "They're moving the prisoners," Weaver said. Beckett snatched up his binos and took a look. Sure enough, armed guards were herding the prisoners from the building into an open courtyard in the center of the compound, one guard for each of them. He informed command, his mind already racing ahead. Moving the prisoners out into an exposed position where they could be seen only made sense if the captors intended to put on a show and make a statement to anyone watching. Even if they couldn't see Beckett and his team, they had to know the American government had people watching. Right now, Beckett's A-team was the only unit close enough to offer some kind of response and make a rescue attempt if things went south. "Hey, Cap, 7 o'clock off the courtyard," one of his men said. Beckett focused there, his heart jolting when he saw a new man emerge from the shadows to stand at the edge of the courtyard, dressed in a dark suit instead of traditional garb. "You guys all seeing this?" Spread out as they were at various points along the ridge, everyone had a different vantage point and angle. "Affirm," Weaver and another one of his guys said at the same time. "Snipers, what's your status?" Beckett asked. "Alpha and Bravo teams both green at this time." Beckett informed command. He advised a secondary HVT is on scene. He gave the man's name. A guy affiliated to the HVT the government was desperate to capture in this op. "Looks like he's inspecting the hostages. Both sniper teams are green. Copy that, team leader. Hold your positions." "Roger. Is the assault force en route?" Command had been annoyingly silent about the Delta team's positioning. If they were going to do the captives any good, they'd better be damn close already. "We're alerting them now." Translation: the Delta boys weren't getting here anytime soon and likely wouldn't even be launched unless the primary HVT showed up. He shelved the curse in his head. "Understood. Request permission to move in for—" "Negative. Hold your position." Beckett clenched his jaw and didn't respond. He was trained to be calm under pressure in any given situation, to maintain a clear head and make decisions, sometimes hard ones in bad circumstances. Even in a firefight, his heart rate didn't elevate much. But being this close with that asshole right out in the open and in their sights, and not being able to act while 3 American lives were on the line, tested his resolve. Beckett watched the newcomer position himself in the middle of the courtyard to study the prisoners. All blindfolded, hands bound behind them. All of them had taken beatings recently. Beckett wanted to get in there, capture the secondary HVT and save the hostages while they had the chance. Not wait to see if the primary HVT would magically appear in time so command would let them act. "Oh shit, Cap." He tensed at Weaver's low voice and shifted his gaze right. Down in the courtyard, a struggle had broken out. One of the hostages must have reached his limit because he was now fighting back against his captor. Cole Goodman, an Army vet-turned-contractor from Ohio. Shit. The 2 men rolled on the ground for a moment before the captor came up on top, straddling his bound and blindfolded prisoner. He landed several brutal punches to the helpless man's face, while the militants swarmed around the remaining prisoners like angry bees. Beckett and his team were too far away to hear what was being said, even with the parabolic listening dish, but it was clear that things had just taken a deadly turn.